What's going on, humans, extraterrestrials, and ethereal beings of all kind? Welcome back to another Steezy Monday morning, dude. As always, I hope your week is off to a great start. We got another episode of What Up, Aliens? A podcast hosted by me, Austin Kress, aka Stoney McBlaze, dude. And I'm feeling pretty good this morning. Something happened a few days ago that I am bummed about, but overall, today, let's do our little daily check-in, bro. Yesterday I was doing real bad, but today I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm grateful, and yeah, I feel good, bro. I woke up and I actually did the stuff I wanted to do. I woke up an hour later than I wanted, so that's, always a bit of a bummer when you're like, all right, I'm going to wake up at this time, and then you snooze, and you wake up an hour later. Also, my room is an absolute nightmare right now. I got literally plates. I literally have plates with cheese and ice cream caps just sitting on my bed. So that's an issue, but I'm gonna clean my room after I record this podcast, so we'll be clean in a second, bro. What happened this week? Tuesday night, I made a really, really big mistake. So we went to an open mic with some comedian friends, and then we went to celebrate my buddy's birthday afterwards. And at this birthday party, I was so mean to one of my friends. And here's the tough part. I don't drink alcohol anymore. So I don't have an excuse for being mean. I'm just mean sometimes. And that's tough. And that might be shocking because all the content I put on the internet is blindingly positive. And that's because I need a break from myself. So I've got this Stoney McBlaze character, and I can absolutely just get so pitted and stuck on my social media, and because I think the world needs less negativity, especially online. So I like that my online contribution is largely incredibly positive. But me as a person, I'm kind of incredibly harsh and negative a lot of times. It's something I am working on, and it was thrown into stark relief just how much I need to work on it when I was mean to one of my good friends, like a dude that I really care about and really respect, and who's been really helpful to me in my career. I made just a really mean comment. We did an open mic, and he's getting ready for a big taping, really important comedy taping, and the mic was weird. It was a mid mic, and his jokes didn't exactly hit. So he was like, "Yeah, the mic went kind of bad, and I'm worried because my taping is coming up soon." And that is when I should have said, "You got this, dude. It's gonna be all right." But that's not what I said. I said, "Oh, those are your jokes? I thought they were just thoughts." And he was like, "No, those are my jokes." And I was like, "Oh, no, they gotta be funny for the taping." Oh. And then the night kind of went on, and I sort of knew that I messed up, but he kept it cool in public. And then the next day I wake up to a text, and he's so mad at me, and he absolutely has every right to be so mad at me. What I said was mean, unkind, not thoughtful. He's got a big taping coming up. I got no business saying anything that could get in his head, and I feel awful about it. And so, sometimes you gotta learn how to apologize. And unfortunately, I'm pretty good at apologizing. And that's unfortunate because it means that I've messed up a lot. But I have been mean a lot in my life, and I'm gonna double down on being less mean from now on. That's the lesson that I learned from this, and it's unfortunate that I had to sacrifice. Dude, I may have lost a friend, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if he wants to be friends with me, and that is absolutely his right, because what I said is kind of unforgivable in a lot of ways. So Now, for the apology part, I did do a good job apologizing. I didn't, when you make an apology, if you actually care and you actually are sorry, you don't use words like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That's a cop-out. Because that's saying, like, I'm sorry that you reacted. It's putting the ball in their court and putting the responsibility on them for reacting, as opposed to accepting responsibility for your part in making them feel bad. Like, oh man, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry you felt that way. Oh, I'm sorry you took it the wrong way. No. None of that, bro. For an apology to hit, and it has to come from a genuine place, first of all. And second of all, you have to accept all blame and just say, yeah, you're right. That's what I said. I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. What I said was wrong and mean, and I am sorry. And that's it. And then I went on to, be nice and say how I genuinely feel about him outside of that moment. I was like, I respect you. Here's a joke of yours that I actually really like. You are hilarious. Your taping is going to go great. All that stuff. And then I also was like, hey, I understand that I messed up. Tell me what we need to do to move forward, because I do respect you as a friend. And he has not responded. And that is also within his right, When you hurt someone's feelings, you don't really have any leeway or right to judge their response to it. They are allowed to respond however they want to respond to what you've done. You're the person in the wrong. You're the bad guy here. And so you just have to accept how they feel and how they want to move forward. The ball is in their court, and you have to just keep keeping the ball in their court and being like, dude, I messed up. It's up to you how you want to handle this and move forward. And if they want to handle it by not being your friend, that's their right. And you can't get mad about that. You can be hurt, kind of, but you can't take it out on them. You have to just sit there in your wrongness and be wrong. And just say, hey, yeah, I've really messed up, and I'll do whatever it takes to make this up to you, but I get it if you need space from me right now. Especially if they're working towards something big, they probably don't need that negative influence in their life, honestly. And sometimes you're a negative influence. We have different relationships with everybody in our life, and especially in the creative field. I read a really good book called Artist Way a while ago, and it had this principle about, like, there's different people for different times in your art. Like, some people, you can't bring them your newest baby ideas because they'll just crush them and they won't help them grow. And some people, you can, and they're really nice about it. And other people, you got to wait till your stuff is actually ready for critique, or till it's done to show it to them, because they're just not the right person. And dude, in that moment, I was absolutely the wrong person. And that, I feel really bad about that. I'm really upset that I did that. On my side of things, this is two learning experiences for me. One, be nicer, you idiot. That's my big thing, is like, moving forward, I'm going to be really conscious of what I say, and honestly, I'm going to do my best to keep to that old adage of, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, because that's a much better principle to live by than, I should be honest about my feelings. Nah, dude, honestly, you don't have to be honest. Honestly, you can just be positive and nice, and if somebody straight up asks you for their honest opinion, you can straight up give it to them because they're asking for it, and then they shouldn't get mad. They shouldn't. And if they do, it's really not your fault because they asked and you were giving them honest feedback, and that's what they were looking for, or that's what they said they were looking for, and so that's on them if they're in a place to accept it or not. But when it's unsolicited, it's just straight up mean. And there's no excuse for it. And, It doesn't matter what you thought you were trying to do. It doesn't matter what your intentions were. What matters is how they accepted the thing that you said. And I really messed up. So lesson 1, be nicer. I mean, I'm almost 30. I should really figure this out. Lesson 2, on the other side of things, on the exact other side, is I'm not going to beat myself up and spiral about this. I'm not going to let this send me into a rabbit hole like I'm a terrible person, I suck, I'm a piece of shit. No. I was mean in a moment, and that was inappropriate. And now I'm going to grow, and I'm going to move forward from that. But I'm not going to just sit here in self-loathing and self-pity for 2-3 weeks and just be like, oh, I suck, I'm the worst. It's like, no, I don't suck, I'm not the worst. I was just mean in a moment to someone that I care about, which is a problem and does need to be addressed. And it will be addressed. And it's being addressed currently. I'm working on being better, and this dude is taking space from me, as he absolutely should. And if he needs to cut off the friendship entirely because what I did is unforgivable, that is absolutely his right to do so. Because you have to cut out negative people from your life. And even though I'm a positive guy, 98% of the time, I am mean. I have a mean side to me. Where does it come from? Childhood trauma, but there's no excuse for it, because if you have had things happen to you that are bad, I was bullied a lot as a kid, and honestly, sometimes when I feel like I have a chance to bully people, I take it, because it's nice to be on the other side of things. But that's not an excuse. Because just because I've been hurt, actually, especially because I've been hurt, I should know. And it's such a bummer that as humans, that's not our default reaction. Our default reaction is not to be like, oh, that hurt me, I shouldn't hurt other people. The default reaction is to be like, ha, now it's my turn. Ha ha ha, now it's my turn. That's my douche voice. Yeah, bro. You know, people used to say I suck, and now I can say people suck. Boom, roasted. And there's a time and a place where it's funny to be mean. Definitely. Every now and then. And people have built entire careers out of being mean, bro. Tony Hinchcliffe is mean to people that are trying to follow their dreams all the time. And it's one of the most popular podcasts ever. Kill Tony. It's literally one of the most popular podcasts and live shows on the planet. And it's literally just being as mean as humanly possible to people that are trying to follow their dreams. And that's great for Tony. I'm glad that he's able to find his niche and like people love it. And he's got a great response. That's awesome. That I don't want that to be me personally, because Tony Hinchcliffe's already nailing it. We don't need another one. I need to be positive and provide love and support to the people that I care about, and not just tear them down because I'm feeling, I don't even know. Bro, I smoked weed before that. You ever smoke weed and then be mean to someone? Insane. Insane play. I don't drink anymore. I can't wake up and be like, bro, my bad. Bro, I was so hammered, bro. That was the vodka talking. It's like, no, that was just me talking. That's just who I am at my core. That's a huge problem that needs to be addressed, bro. And it needs to be addressed right now. And so I'm addressing it. So I'm sorry to my friend. I apologized right away. And I don't know if we will still be friends, which is a huge bummer. It's very upsetting. But also, I made my bed. Not literally, obviously. My bed is disgusting. But I metaphorically made my bed, and now I just have to lie in however he feels about it. It's all up to him. So listen, if you need to apologize to somebody in your life, that's what I've seen is the best way to apologize, bro. Accept responsibility for your thing, for your side of it. Don't put any blame on the other person. They're not being too sensitive, because clearly what you said was too insensitive, all right? And then balls in their court. You have to accept their decision because you were the one who wronged them. That's how you apologize effectively and in a way that, it's a good enough apology and I am genuinely sorry, so that might leave the door open for things to be reconciled between us. Also, it might not. Especially, dude, a comedian or any artist, like if you insult their art, it's like calling their kids ugly. Do you want to be friends with someone who calls your kids ugly? I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. So, I'm bummed. Eventually, it will be a positive thing. Right now, it's not. Right now, it's a negative thing. But eventually, it will be positive. Aliens, how do you apologize? If you're an alien, DM me or send me a telepathic message or let me know how extraterrestrials resolve their issues. Maybe there's some more lessons I can learn. Maybe there's a deeper, better way to apologize that I don't even know about yet. That would be cool. That would be really, really cool. But for right now, bro, I just am in a bad place with a friend that I really like and care about and respect as a comedian, as a person. He's a great guy. He did not deserve that. And I'm an asshole. Sometimes I'm just a giant asshole, and I'm working on it. I need to work harder, clearly. Clearly, I need to get a lot better at not being an asshole. So, yeah, that's kind of the main thing on my mind. Yeah, that's such a heavy way to start a podcast, and it's a heavy way to start a week. But hey, maybe you've got some apologies in your life that you're working through, or maybe you're trying to get an apology from someone. And if you're on the other side of it, gauge if the person really feels bad, bro. If they really feel bad, hey, maybe consider forgiving them. But you don't have to. Also, I think that's another thing too. People say that you should always forgive people. Maybe you should. I think there are some things that are unforgivable though. And potentially you could forgive them like inside of your own head and like figure out the way that they've responded. But to be honest with you, you don't need to get burned again. So if someone shows you that they're a hot stove, maybe get a new stove that's not as hot, or turn off the burner. I don't know how this metaphor is supposed to work. But basically, if someone burns you, maybe you just don't need them in your life at all. I don't think it's a bad thing to just cut people off, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't blame this guy for just cutting me off. I think if someone is causing you pain, you don't need that in your life. So why put up with it in your life? Especially if it's not someone you have to see all the time. I guess psychologically it's good to forgive people because like it frees you up. But just because you forgive someone doesn't necessarily mean that they need to stay in your life. Like, you can forgive them and still create a boundary of like, hey, I don't need to be around you. You're negative. You bring me down. I'm not a fan of what you're about. Potentially. So that's my innermost feelings, and that's what this podcast is, bro. I'm getting real. The mask, the facade, the character is completely stripped away on this podcast, and you're getting actual Austin, the guy behind the guy behind the guy, right? We all have different versions of ourselves. For me, I've got 3 different versions of myself. I've got Stoney McBlaze, which is one version of myself. I like to say the highest version of myself. That's me on my best day. Stoney's me on my best day. It's when I'm loose, I'm goofy, I'm funny, I'm positive, interacting with life in a fun way. I'm spreading joy. I got no worries in my head. That's Stoney McBlaze. And then there's Austin Crest, the comedian, where I get on stage and again, I'm funny, I'm self-deprecating, I'm, a little bit dumber than I am in real life because it's fun. It's fun to play that dumb guy, and I get to entertain you, and it's awesome, and I'm goofy, and I got voices, and you know what I mean? And then there's the real me, and the real me is a guy there's a lot of darkness there, because I had a weird childhood, and I've got a lot of anger and rage, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I can be incredibly cutting and mean. Years of, I guess, bullying and trying to defend myself has created me, and then comedy has made me quick. So I'm fast and mean and like a rattlesnake. And sometimes it's funny. It's funny if you're fast and mean about a reality show with your girlfriend. When you're using that to roast characters on a reality show and you're getting laughs from your girlfriend or anybody that's around, that's a good time. When you're actually mean to one of your good friends, that's a problem that needs to be fixed. And I'm going to not hate myself about it, because I do love to hate myself. That's one of my favorite things, is to just get into my self-loathing. Oh, feels so good to be in my self-loathing. I'm in a cocoon of sadness and self-hatred, and I'm just going to lay around all day and eat terrible food, and oh, I'm the worst. Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, look at me. Ooh. And that's gross and stupid, and I need to work on that. So I'm working on it, and thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being my only therapist right now. I'm too broke to afford therapy at the moment, so you gotta listen to me talk about my feelings. I gotta get them out. Something about talking about your feelings and posting them, as dangerous and weird as that is, it makes me feel better. And hopefully it can make you feel better, because it just makes you feel less alone. You're like, oh, dude, even the guy who's always positive has bad days. Whoa. Okay, it's cool if I have a bad day. That's fine. I can have a bad day. Everybody's having bad days, you know? So that's good. All right. Let's wipe the slate clean. Let's get into some positive news stories, bro. 3 positive news stories to improve your week. Number 1, and this is good for me, moderate coffee and caffeine consumption is associated with preventing onset of number 1 killer. Regular coffee and caffeine consumption may offer a protective effect against developing cardiometabolic diseases like coronary disease and stroke, the most common killers in human society today. Detailed in a new research published in the Endocrine Society, 3 cups of coffee per day were associated with those in a study cohort that had a lower profile for a novel risk marker called new onset cardiometabolic multimorbidity. Gonna be honest, I did pretty good with most of those words. They were big words, and I was reading them for the first time, and I did pretty good. As you can see, I got my 3 cups of coffee right here, dude. Always rad when something that you love could also have buku health benefits for you, dude. Now I just gotta find out that candy will make me live longer, and I will be stoked. Okay, so next positive news story is right here, dude. Virginia state parks install viewfinders for colorblind visitors just in time for autumn leaves. That's so nice. And it's such a simple thing that just helps other people feel included. And like, bro, if you were colorblind and then all of a sudden you got to see the glory of nature in all of its majesty, sick, dude. That's such a good thing. So often the government is not actually making people's lives better. You know what I mean? So often the government is fiddling about and causing problems for us. But not who was it? What was the city? Or what was the place? Virginia. Not Virginia. And usually Virginia is messing around, but not this time, dude. They're giving people that are colorblind a chance to take in those beautiful fall leaves. And we all know there's nothing better. Oh, it's so sweet when those fall leaves change, bro. I don't get to see it very often because I live in California, but I grew up on the East Coast and with hella foliage, and it's so beautiful just to look out and see a beautiful forest filled with autumn colors, red and yellow and orange, and it's stunning. And it's so cool to be able to give somebody that gift, man. So shout out Virginia. Something I never thought I would say. But shout out Virginia, dude. You're doing good work over there, Virginia. I am not colorblind. I can see all the colors, I think. My brother's colorblind, but he can still see most colors. He just gets a couple of them mixed up. But I guess there's people that are out there seeing the world in black and white, which is wild. Or just, I guess, gray. It's just dull. I don't know. If you're colorblind, comment down below and let me know how you see the world. But yeah, there's a percentage of people that just can't see colors. And that is, you've seen the videos of people crying when they get the colorblind glasses, which is dope. But, this is something that the state park is doing for free for people. That's huge, man. Love it when the government does something good. That's positive. Hey, maybe we'll get a new government that'll do something good. Not gonna hold my breath, but I'm gonna keep up the hope. I'm gonna keep up being hopeful. Sahara Desert is turning green amid unusual rains in parts of North Africa. That's cool, bro. Less desert, more rain. That's awesome. For the most part, global warming is bad and also a massive bummer. But again, every now and then, you get some good news about global warming. I got the hiccups. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Every now and then, global warming does something good. Like give us a lot of snow and a lot of rain. And rain obviously turns into snow if it gets cold enough. So that's cool. More powder days. I've often said, if I'd known that global warming would lead to more powder days, I would have been burning garbage in the street. I'd be just throwing straws into the ocean or whatever it does. Methane gas. I can't create that, but cows can. And so that's another thing too, is like, not that we shouldn't try to stop global warming, because obviously we should, but also sometimes bad things can be good things. More powder days is a good thing. If we can snowboard more, that's sick. That's incredible. So that's a small little beacon of hope in the darkness, I like that. I support global warming if it benefits me. If it means I can snowboard more, and I'm stoked to snowboard. Buying that Icon Pass when I had money was so good, because now I'm broke, but I still have that Icon Pass, and they can't take that away from me. So I'm gonna be snowboarding on the low ski, dude, for the free ski. Almost, it's gonna feel free. I only have to snowboard 8 times, and it's paid for itself and then some. Because it's usually like 130 to 180 to go snowboarding, sometimes more, but on the average, especially at Bear Mountain, yeah. So I'm gonna pay for that with a quickness, and I've got all the gear, so no rental fee. I'm pumped to snowboard this winter, dude. I can't wait. And we are only a few months away from the shred season, dog. So get stoked. And Shred Court is coming back in a big way this year. I'm very excited. I could not be more excited to snowboard. That's gonna be fire. All right, those are your positive news stories for the week, and now it's time for Stoked and Steamed. What am I stoked about? What am I steamed about? We'll start with steamed. Obviously, I think the whole first half of this episode was my steamed part. I was mean to someone that I respect and care about. Steamed about that. Gonna get better. Going to get better. What am I stoked about? Let's be positive. Dude, my breakfast today, and I still have some of it left. I posted a video. It'll be, today is Friday. You're watching this on Monday, so it might be buried with new content, but I posted a video reviewing my favorite local donut shop. And here's the thing about LA that might surprise you. We have donut shops literally everywhere. No one associates LA with donut shops, but I think it's the most donut shops per capita of anywhere in the world, dude. And you can literally find the best donuts you've ever had at these donut shops. It's way better than Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts, any of the chains. These local donut shops are doing better, bro. They're making better product. And they have my favorite jelly-filled donut, because what they do is they slice it in half like a sandwich and then put jelly in the middle of it. And so it's like you get jelly in every single bite, bro. The D to J ratio, donut to jelly ratio, is perfect. A lot of times with jelly donuts, which are my favorite donut, and I like it when it's raspberry, that's my favorite, you'll get like 3 bites deep, and you're still biting just donut. And it's like, no thanks, dude. Push that jelly forward. And that's what these geniuses have done at Cafe Donuts, is they've got jelly in the whole thing. So it's unbeatable. Also, the breakfast sandwich is fire. You do have to ask for no mayo when you go, because I didn't ask for no mayo the first couple times, and I was getting bites of full mayo, which is disgusting. I like a little bit of mayo, but a lot of mayo gives me chills down my spine. So it's on a croissant. It's ham and bacon and egg and cheese. All the best stuff, and it's so fluffy and delicious, and I love it so much, dude. So I got to eat that today, and their iced coffee that I've been drinking, sensational. Truly a delicious, one of the best iced coffees out there. I love it so much. They do great work. It's like a little family-owned shop, so I feel good supporting them. And yeah, I'm bummed. I'm going to move away from there very soon. And that's like one of the things I'm most bummed about is I can't walk there anymore. Also, my girlfriend calls it Vegas Donuts because they have scratch-offs that you can buy. And we always lose at least $20 in scratch-offs every time we go. I did not buy scratch-offs because that's kind of our thing. And you don't want to do things that are supposed to be couples things when by yourself. You know what I mean? It's like you don't watch the season of the show that you're on. That's a huge betrayal. It's not quite cheating, but emotionally, it's in the world of emotional cheating, okay? Because you're supposed to have these experiences together. So that's something you gotta lock in on and support. That's something you gotta support, bro. So thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I have longer episodes on the Patreon. $1 to subscribe. And what else? I got a show. Well, it'll already have passed, but I'm doing a show in Lake Arrowhead tomorrow that I'm excited for. Tomorrow for me, for you, it will have been on Saturday, and this is Monday. So I don't have any other shows coming up right now. That's not true. I'll be at the Ice House on October 11th, opening for my friend Shannon Fielder. That's going to be a great show. So if you're in Los Angeles or Pasadena, come through to that show. Very exciting stuff. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching. Trying to get those watch hours up, so it means a lot that you watched this whole episode and made it to the end. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. Engage. And as always, stay stoked and don't crash those spaceships, dude. Already have passed, but I'm doing a show in Lake Arrowhead tomorrow that I'm excited for. Tomorrow for me, for you, it will have been on Saturday, and this is Monday. So I don't have any other shows coming up right now. That's not true. I'll be at the Ice House on October 11th, opening for my friend Shannon Fielder. That's going to be a great show. So if you're in Los Angeles or Pasadena, come through to that show. Very exciting stuff. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching. Trying to get those watch hours up, so it means a lot that you watched this whole episode and made it to the end. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. Engage. And as always, stay stoked and don't crash those spaceships, dude.